And the match that we have all been waiting for, the secondary boys all-star final. Very quickly with the lineup as Vincent Richardson now joins us, replacing Maceo Dill for this grand finale here. Some of these players are truly outstanding and play for some of the island's top clubs. So the tempo will be a lot faster than what you've seen. And very quickly giving you the lineup for the West: Seth Campbell, Julian Carpenter, Kaylin Mabry, Callan Miners, Aaron Butterfield, Tamiko Goder, Ramsey Sager, Milan Butterfield, Isaiah Taylor, Antonio Bailey. Incidentally, I believe his father is refereeing the match. Sariko Thomas, Dashi Smith, Deidre Trott, Kuno Can, Zachary Friesen, Ellington Rico Weldon. The Eastern squad has Fabio Pacheco, Javon Swan, Teray Wainwright, Ashton Bell, Jalen Smith, Kyoshi Trott, Nico Douglas, Dimitri Daniels, Michael Simmons, Kaneko Richardson, Solomon Ming, Makai Battersby, Raekwon Rochester, Caldre Burgess, and Terrence Webb. So we say good evening to Vince, who's been making the rounds, speaking with several of the players. I'm sure he has several stories to tell us.
Good evening, Bermuda. I'm having a fantastic time at this Bermuda sports event here today, and it's really been fabulous. The atmosphere is terrific, and I'm just soaking up the sights and going to commentate on this game for y'all to the best of our ability. Always a pleasure to be alongside my good friend Mike. So far we see this ball just ended up in the goalkeeper's hand. He's quickly looking for the counterattack. Right now it's a 2-on-3 situation. Let's see what the East can do here. And this one just gets ushered out for a goal kick. One thing about the East they did mention earlier, Mike, when I was talking to them, they were saying that they're a very technical team. So we're going to be looking for them to sort of beat them with pace and beat them using the fast passes and moves like that.
Well, the West has the Mysterio himself as the head coach down there, Andrew Bascom, so I think we're in for a thriller.
Definitely, Mike. It's going to be a pleasure watching this game no matter whose side you're on.
Pacheco, the right back. Oh.
See what he was thinking there that time, Mike. Just didn't work out all the way. The East with a chance to win this thing with a victory. They'll be 4-2 up. Right now the aggregate is 3-2 East and West games right now, with the East girls making it 3-2 with their last victory, 1-0 victory. So if the East win this game, they'll take home the sort of unofficial trophy of champions, being the dominant side for the day's matches. The West also have a chance, alternatively, if they win, that they can tie it up and still feel like they're even keel with their counterparts. As we see some fast-moving ball getting passed out.
Here we see Smith there. That's he plays for, I believe, Paget, and he's the son of well-known cricketer Wendell Smith. Receiving the ball there now, number 2. That's Jalen Smith.
I've seen Wendell around the grounds. He's one of our sports legends, Wendell Smith.
Excuse me, young lady. Excuse me.
And as this game continues,
otherwise I'm gonna have to actually move for broadcasting the match here.
A throw in here, and this one's being taken out as the West are just holding possession, seem to be looking for a chance to unlock the defense of the East, and this one's coming right back to the keeper. And the East are so far pressing high up on the field and almost causing an error there, and that's not a good clearance. The danger is not over with, as this one is played back, and now the East have taken possession of the ball. So we see the East are pressing high, and just now the possession was given away, but it seems to be that the East have a strategy to press high, not give Somerset a lot of time to settle on the ball and win that ball back almost as immediately as they lose it. We'll see how that strategy holds over this course of this match. There's so much exciting news in football going on. Earlier we heard you talking about our splendid Bermudian Nakai Wells. That's a success story in its own. I'm sure you gave that its appropriate time and measure.
Oh yeah, Maceo and I discussed it at length.
It's a great time to be a Bermudian, a great time to love soccer.
Now the East trying to get something going here, but it's broken up.
That's Isaiah Taylor there. It's from the West.
There's the East again, out here feeding it to their skipper. That's Douglas.
Misfires there.
You know, one of the interesting things also, Vincent, is the scouts that are interested in some of these players because of people like Nakai Wells. They're now looking for that young person, 16, 17, that display the talent that Wells was displaying when he was that age. And people are looking. So he's doing wonderful things for Bermuda over there at Bradford.
I tell you, he's definitely done himself proud and made his island proud of him. Good following the footsteps of those who went before him as well.
Exactly.
So they have East trying to take possession. Good 1-2 work down the
Solomon Ming over there.
Side there.
Yeah, Solomon's doing some things. He likes to overlap.
He's a good dribbler, isn't he?
Likes to overlap. You see him back and forward. He's fairly fit.
I tell you, that's some of the most exciting things I think about the football, the way it's being played a lot now. You get those overlapping wings, the center backs, and that they're delivering crosses, and it just seems like more goals are being scored altogether, which is always good. And this is a fiery shot.
Yeah, little off target, but he had something on it.
I tell you, if he keeps getting into the position there, Mike, I don't think he's going to miss him all day. The West will have to be a little bit more mindful of their marking and the movement of this player. This player number 10. Let's get his name.
Number 10 for Blue. For the East, that'll be Caldre Burgess.
Yeah, Caldre Burgess seems to have great movement off the ball. That means when his teammates have the ball and he doesn't have the ball, he's moving into space. And what that is making the defenders wonder, should I guard the space or should I guard him? And that's just that's something that the West are going to have to be wary of as this game develops. This one's worked out to the West, to the side. That's East controlling the center. Good touches. Good pressing. West are trying to get the ball, but the East right now not making it easy for him. Holding the ball well, taking care of it. And it's East throw-in, I believe.
Pacheco was unable to control it. Throw-in far side for the West.
And the East went it right back off the throw-in.
That's Pacheco.
Good foot movement by Pacheco. The cross was partially blocked, which took some pace off it.
Solomon.
Pacheco in. That was not far from where it had to be there, Mike.
Yep, Julian Carpenter, the keeper for the West, seems to be finding good positioning there. And here's Pacheco once again, battling here strongly up against Trot. You see also here number 4 looking good, Dimitri Daniels. And here's Bailey, flicks it inside to Butterfield and cleared. All the way back to the keeper, Carpenter. And they give it up to the East once again. That's Javon Swan knocking it around with skipper Nico Douglas is there, and also number 5 is in the mix also. That'll be Terrence Webb. Here's Webb now. Coming wide to his skipper.
East being very wise of how they hold the ball.
Bailey inside. Ooh. Good tackle by Daniels. Trying to go back over here to Dimitri.
Good control.
Smith now. I wonder if he's going to take up cricket or is he going to stay football. His father was a great cricketer.
Yeah, he definitely has a decision to make sooner or later.
He probably said, I'm not going to be as good as my dad. I'm going football.
There's definitely some hard shoes to follow. Wendell Smith, one of the top run getters all time for St. George. I believe he's in the top 3 or 4 in the top.
Yeah, he was the first
list.
to get 1,000 runs in the two-day classic, and since which a few more have followed. But Wendell was a good skipper and a good opening bat.
And nothing like being the first, too.
Oh, yeah. History can't change that.
Heard that.
But here comes the West once again.
And the East are really breaking up the play of the West. Every time West try to get something started. Ooh, what good footwork. You can't teach that. Fast feet. Imagine that on a dance floor. That was awesome. That's one of the BAA senior players there. As the West try to get this cross in, I think the ball's going out for a throw-in. The referee decides. As the West are just starting to make a little momentum and build up some type of attack. I think this is one of the first attacks that they've really had on the goal. Well, it was a foul throw. The ref decides, and so much for that, and the ball's right back to the East possession.
In the 12th minute now, Vince, and scoreless in the senior boys all-star football match. We would like to say thank you to the Ministry of Education and the Bermuda School Sports Federation for making this all possible.
It is only up to them that is possible, and also like to give a thank out to all the parents who have showed up, the friends, all the students supporting their friends, and it's really just a good atmosphere out there as we arrive to this final match, the one we've all been waiting for, and it's just it's moments away from brilliance. As a terrific turn.
That's the guy you were talking about, Caldre Burgess.
Caldre Burgess is just full of ideas, full of trickery. And every time the ball comes to him, the defenders must be just absolute horror because he's so quick. It's almost no chance for you. He's very quick. It's almost like how is he going to fry this egg? He's going to scramble you over easy or sunny side up, but it's definitely going to get some eggs going to get fried today. I tell you, Caldre, I like your style. But so far, he hasn't been able to get right through the West defense. And saying that the West are counterattacking, this one's just hit a little long. Good shielding by the West player, and the ref decides it's a free kick for the West.
Yeah, don't foul his son. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad idea to foul the referee's son. As we love the smallness of our island, it keeps us all close and knowing each other.
Yeah, and the referee was a good footballer in his day for the Trojans as well.
Indeed, indeed. Thanks for sharing that with our listening audience. Those who didn't know better. And let's see what this
free kick for the West far post.
Hung up dangerously, Mike.
And cleared there by the big number 5. That will be Terrence Webb. Here's Burgess again with his trickery.
And a quick outlet.
Pacheco.
A good through ball to Pacheco.
Pacheco is. Oh, what a save by the keeper.
I think Pacheco should have laid that ball off there. Yeah, I mean, I know that once you're in that moment, you only have a small time to choose what you're going to do. But I think Pacheco would have been better to feed that ball over. His player was open on the far side, and it would have just been the simplest of tap-ins. But just that little bit of extra time he took, let the defender get back and made the angle and everything close on Pacheco. And he still did well to work off a shot, Mike. But I think that if he had played that ball across earlier, he might have a goal now.
Yep, here's the corner. Burgess tried to head it towards goal, and goalmouth scramble. While all that was taking place, Bailey came off, and coming on was Isaiah Taylor. And now we see number 13, Ellerton Rico Weldon, is coming on. And there's another substitution. So Andrew Bascom is keeping his players, mixing them up, testing for weaknesses.
Isaiah Taylor, with his first touch as he got on the field there, wins a free kick for his team. Easy to describe and notice with his traditional pink boots there.
Can, who's now marshalling the defense in possession for the West, sprays it wide to the right, but a bit wayward. It'll be a throw-in for the East on the far side.
Mr. Taylor, he's a Bermuda Institute student, and he's one of the taller lads on the field today. He's going to be playing up top, so we'll look to see what type of action he can get. If they could get some crosses into him, maybe he could get some heading opportunities, or maybe he can just hold the ball up and create something with his bigger size than most of the other East defenders. So far, though, no one scored yet, though, as we approach, must be close to the 20th minute here. And the East have seemed to have the majority of the play, but they still haven't been able to lock. They haven't been able to find that quality in the final third and actually unlock this Western defense. I wonder if it's going to be a case of missed opportunities and the West just getting one against the run of play so far.
Well, we'll see. We've got plenty of soccer remaining. We're in the 17th minute and still scoreless. And here come the West with the counter. Darting down the right flank is Taylor, the fresh pair of legs.
The ball falls favorably to the East.
Oh, they're switching up possession here, giving it away. Coming wide now.
This ball's played in.
Very nice move by Trott. And there's a shot. Oh! Very deceiving effort there. The ball, and the keeper at the last moment decided to flick it over the crossbar and gives up the corner.
Well, I tell you, that was a strike that I don't think the keeper would have saw that strike early. Seemed to be a few players in his way there. Pretty good save. Let's see what the West can do from this corner.
Callum Mabry, not with the best of corners, 2 bounces and into the keeper's hands.
Poor. The keeper will want to have corners like that all day.
Oh, he played him onside?
The East side have had an opportunity, and
Raekwon Rochester had a chance for the East there. The RA's flag stayed down because the ball came off the defender and played him on.
He was on by miles also.
Yeah, but I think the ball definitely came off the player. But nevertheless, you can see again Andrew Bascom switching up his players, trying to cause the East some confusion because he's putting them in and out, as you can do for the match. You can take them off for 10 or 15 minutes and put them back on.
Keeping them fresh.
And it's also difficult to mark a man that's off the field for 10 minutes and then you turn around and he's back on.
Very true.
Here's Pacheco. Pacheco in the box trying to flick it across.
He's got some skill, this Pacheco. And I've noticed that the East are using that left-hand side to do most of their dirty work, coming down there on a regular basis. But the West, to their credit, although they have looked shaky at times, have not been breached yet. And we also know they have their threats as well.
We're in the 20th minute and scoreless.
Taylor with the ball, turning his man, finds a good pass, lays off. What a great ball. And that was the threat of the counterattack. The East can have the ball as much as they like, but until the ball is put into the net, the game's still there for the grasp. So the West have won themselves a corner now. And it really seems that they're sending up a lot of their taller players. This is going to be an opportunity for them. They've got a set piece, and maybe this is their strategy. Got a good set of tall players there. You got Taylor in there, you got Butterfield, you got some of these tall gentlemen in there. You got Trut, Smith, and that's corner goes harmlessly out for a goal kick. So the East would just have to be wary that what the West is trying there, and have to pay attention on these corner opportunities. Now the kicker keeps this one out, falls favorably to Dimitri Daniels. Caldre Burgess. And it's broken up. Dimitri. And this is a great ball, and he's just offsides by the narrowest of margins. Raekwon Rochester, the fast striker from Cedar Bridge, just inches offsides. It's surely a good opportunity on goal. We'll stop. So the western side is keeping that high line, and the East are made to pay for it as the play switches here from left to right. And this one's hoisted up into the box, and the keeper collects. Here's Fabio. Good 1-2 passing by the East. They come down the right-hand flank this time. Pacheco is non-stop. The Saltis midfielder is doing an excellent job of working hard, dribbling at defenders, and trying to find his teammates in an open space so they can create a chance. East are about to take this corner with number 6, Nico Douglas, the captain, about to send this ball into the box as we are about to have some new fresh blood come on. As we see number 11 being prepared, as well as number 9, Mikael Simons. And bringing off Dimitri so he can get some fresh air. So 2 fresh legs for the East for this corner. And the ball is sent in. It's up, it's not cleared all the way. That's a little better. A hurried clearance by the West. And this one comes out, falls favorably to the defender. And there's an offside call. And number 10 does not look too happy. Caldre Burgess believes that he was onside. But nevertheless, the ref has the final say. West settled. And the game's back restarted from the ensuing free kick. And this one's in the air. Right now, this game is cagey. It's back and forward. No team has really put their stamp on this game yet. So the opportunity is there. And we'll be eager to see who first grasps it. Right now it's 0-0. First quarter hour of this match between the East and West Senior All-Stars. We're here at their National Stadium enjoying a wonderful evening of football provided by the Bermuda Football Association, the Bermuda Sports Schools Federation, and also would like to thank the Ministry of Education for bringing you all this wonderful entertainment that we've been enjoying today. My co-host Mike Sharp for allowing me to join him on this final game, Vincent Richardson, and we're having a great time so far as the West attract and the referee pulls the playback. Mike, now that you got your camera down, it's looking very cagey. I don't know if the kids are nervous out there, Mike.
Well, the tempo has been extraordinary, to say the least. And, you know, sometimes it takes young men like this 20, 30 minutes to settle down. It's a lot of excitement. It's a lot of things at stake here. A good performance could lend you a scholarship. And look at this at the back post. Oh, just out of reach there.
Wow. That almost looked destined to nestle in the back for a moment there. As the East comes again for another attack. The East are definitely creating the majority of the chances here. They have to take one of these opportunities. It's one of the rules of sports. If you don't, I will.
We're in the 26th minute and scoreless, and Vince, substitution still very quickly being made by Andrew Bascom for the West.
Would you call him the Andre Villas-Boas of Bermuda soccer? He's quite a fantastic manager, isn't he?
He's an awesome guy. He knows the game. He eats, sleeps, and drinks football.
He really does.
Here's the skipper.
He really does.
Skipper Douglas going long, looking for your friend Burgess. And it's a corner that's going to be quickly taken. Pacheco is going to leave it for Pacheco.
And now the East are sending some of their more bodies forward on this corner than I've seen previously. They've even got their two defenders in the half here. This one's back out to Pacheco. Ezekiel with a good ball with pace. Comes over, back post. He's still controlling, trying to settle it. It's cleared Hurley. Somerset out of danger. Yes, West are out of danger. And that looked to be I don't think the ref saw that. I think that was a little trip.
And because the referee allowed the previous one, this was the retaliation. Yeah,
so,
clearly there.
So a little bit unfortunate that it had to happen that way. A bit of justice.
Justice has been served.
Justice has been served there in that case by the player himself. Well, I tell you, we always say that the refs need all the assistance they can, but I don't think we need the players fouling other players when they feel that their foul hasn't been noticed.
So right now has been called back after the referee's assistant gave some instructions to the referee. It looks like it's going to be a free kick here on the right of the goal to the East. A foul or something has taken place, and we see standing over the ball is Dimitri Daniels and his skipper Douglas just behind him, or just to his right. We'll see if it's going to be inside, yes, but straight to the West. Pacheco runs onto it.
You see Pacheco was trying to connect with that, but the bounce just took it out of his range before we could get a good connection. This ball falls favorably. It's not dealt with properly. Good action.
Whistle goes.
Foul on the goalkeeper, maybe?
Yeah, he had to take evasive action there.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, this game is definitely starting to show us that it's a final. Somebody has to win. Somebody got to win. Starting to get a little more bitey and cagey.
And another substitution by Andrew Bascom. He's made at least 10 already, and we're in the 29th minute. So he's got something up his sleeve for the second half. He's keeping his players fresh.
Just smart move by Andrew. You have the opportunity. He does look like he has a deeper bench than the East. At glance.
Oh, look at this. Oh, he missed it.
Is the opportunity still
there? Well done.
Got a shot off, Mike. And a venomous strike was saved well by the keeper. Hit low and hard. And the keeper was equal to the task. And we see the East are coming wave after wave of attack. Still yet to breach the West's goal, though. And here they come again. Full of skill and tricks.
Oh, yeah. Players. Great move by Terrence Webb there.
As the play switch to the captain. East play with a certain ball confidence that is quite nice. There's a throw-in.
Zachary Friesen. Accident to touch. Quickly thrown in by the skipper, Douglas.
don't know. East won last year, and to me they're just about a little bit the better side so far. Mike, to me they've had the balance of possession, created more chances, and I mean I know they've got at least twice as many corners as the East does. As the West does. So for me, it's the East's game so far, and it's just up to them to put away some of these chances.
Yeah, it was an effort right there from Callan Miners for the West. Short kick by the keeper.
Great ball.
Oh yeah, darting down the right flank right there. You can see
full of tricks. Gets around his man.
Simmons. There's the cross.
Ooh.
Caldre Burgess.
Well, I guess he tried to cross. It wasn't a shot. Ended up being neither.
31 minutes down. 4 minutes to go for the interval. And goals are very scarce in these last 3 matches. And thus far, Vince, I don't know if you're aware, they've been shutouts the last few matches or so. Yep. The middle school match was 0-0 at the half, and I believe it finished with goal coming from Nelson Carpenter, 1-0. That was the middle school boys.
Oh, okay.
In the senior girls final, it was 1-0. Beautiful goal coming from Kelly Hollis.
Okay.
1-0 again. And no goal is yet in this one. And prior to that, in the primary school boys final, it was the East 2-0. So lots of shutouts here.
I tell you, I can definitely say that it shows that the teams are very organized and disciplined, because I know there was a time not too long ago when any time these school children played, it was 10s and 12s and getting written down on a regular basis. But the discipline and the technical aspect of the game has improved to such a level that those type of scores are almost a thing of the past, really.
Drifting ever so close to the interval.
I wonder if the halftime words can inspire maybe just a little bit of rest and a good come out at the start of the next half. We're just going to need something special just to get this game a goal and get us a winner of this game. Funny though, Mike, thinking about the strategy of Mr. Bascom, the coach for the West, with his so many of his players coming in and out, maybe they're not able to settle into the pace of the game as much, just because it seems like East are getting a little bit more control, maybe?
Oh, the form or the shape. Oh, look at that. That's a foul right there. What I think will concern most people is one or two players gel well. People on the left side, people in the center, people on the right. And you're flipping, flopping. It's not really giving them a chance. But at the same time, you still have the advantage, two advantages really. You're going to have probably fresher legs in the second half, and you're throwing your opposition off, because for 10 minutes they got one man to watch, and then they have another, and then so it can confuse them slightly. But that's a good shot. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's it. 1-0. The East have taken the lead. Rest in peace. Who's that for?
Papa Ting.
Papa who?
Papa Ting. I believe it says
And that was
Tuzo.
Caldre Burgess.
Okay.
Papatino?
Yes.
Okay. So Caldre Burgess in the 34th minute
has scored. It was a hard shot off the free kick. The keeper spilled it. The keeper did his job. His defenders didn't help him at all. And Caldre Burgess had the simplest of jobs to poke it into a gaping net. And he immediately celebrated and paid respects to, I believe, his uncle, a family member. He's definitely giving us something to be excited about.
Well, Nikki Wells might have started something.
He may have. I tell you what, there's certain times to score which are just really, really important. And I think just before the interval, Mike, is one of the most important and most game-changing times to score. Both teams thinking, just waiting for the half. 0-0. Now 1-0 up, East and West. The halftime talks are going to be completely different.
Yep, and we'll get that halftime whistle any moment. We're now in the 36th minute.
I think we're going to have one more sub on the West.
And you see, Bascom again.
Bascom again. Having
another substitution.
Even in the last minute.
Bailey's coming back on.
Okay.
So it's going to be, we're going to see if this strategy pays off in the second half.
Or backfires.
Or backfires.
I'll tell you what.
Because right now, the East are leading. And here they come again.
Here they come. Can they get a shot off? Ooh. Ooh. As this one goes out of bounds off the defense. And the East are coming in waves right now. The next goal is going to be very important of this game. If the East score again, 2-0 down, I'm not sure if the West have what it takes to come back from that deficit. However, if the West can score and level this game, then it's all to play for there. So far, though, the East have been the better side, and they're good for the goal that they have scored. They created more chances. They've had the better possession of the ball, and now it's just up to them whether they keep their lead or lose it. This ball comes in to
Burgess again.
Excellent first touch.
Pacheco.
Tried to shield, didn't work. Ooh. That was a brilliant run from the defense to the attacking field of the East side, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough.
Dandre Trott from Warwick Academy with that run. Comes the East again. Oh, that was a good piece of speedy work by Dimitri Daniels on the left flank. No one on the receiving end. And here's Trott again, looking for the big Calon Miners. Also in the mix over there, and that's a free kick. Yeah, I've been impressed with Fabio Pacheco and Caldre Burgess. Those two have really been standing out.
Yeah, you got two man of the match candidates there, right there, Mike.
Right, scholarships even.
I heard that.
I mean, they have really been impressive.
I think what's impressed me a lot is not only obviously, you know, the energy, but the finer points of the game, the dribbling, the decision making of Fabio Pacheco. Always seems to make the right decision, whether to pass or to shoot or run with it. Caldre has an excellent first touch. Very hard to calculate
Pacheco,
what
as
it's
you
gonna
talk
do.
about him.
There again, doing the right thing again.
Finds
Four
his
people
skipper,
around him.
Finds his skipper.
Excellent.
Oh, headed out there by Friesen, Zachary Friesen.
Those are the type of things.
Oh, they're trying to feed Caldre again.
Now those are the type of things that these scouters are looking for, those finer points of the game.
Skipper Douglas trying to go down the right flank.
I like Skipper Douglas's game so far too. He seemed to have been in control of his team. I see a lot of times when they're sort of resetting, they get the ball out to him. It seems to be like the reset button in certain ways. And I see he's communicating out there, so that's good to see. East versus West, 2013 final match. So far, East are leading 1-0. But here the West are in an attacking position. Ooh, and his feet just let him down at the crucial time there. Oh. This ball is played wide.
Caldray switches up the play, going wide over there, looking for Javon Swan. Here's the master of defense down there. That's Can. Pushing forward up there, Trot.
This one goes out for a throw-in. Such a beautiful night we have here.
And that's the whistle.
So the score at halftime, Mike?
1-0 to the East with a 34th minute strike by Caldray Burgess. The only thing that's separating these two teams. And believe me, the coach for the West, Andrew Bascom, is going to have some words for his players. But if his strategy is going to work, they should be the fresher of the two teams in the latter stages of the second half.
Point taken, Mike. We'll see what happens after the halftime break and return to you. Stand by.